I'm sure your teachers and your parents told you how very, very important is it to be good at school and university and to study. And I think it's true, if you want to become a lawyer or a medical doctor, of course you have to study. And even if you want to make a career in a large company, maybe you want to be the CEO of a large company, I think it's really an advantage if you studied and if you have good grades. But I speak now about another topic, how to become rich. And most people didn't become rich as medical doctors or lawyers, they became rich as entrepreneurs. And for an entrepreneur it's different. If you Google high school dropouts, millionaire dropouts or billionaire dropouts on the internet, you will find a lot of examples. I think you know some of these names. Bill Gates, university dropout, or Steve Jobs, or Michael Dell, the founder of Dell Computer, or the famous director Steven Spielberg. They were all university dropouts. And this is not only an exception. I know a lot of people who are very successful entrepreneurs and became very, very rich, who never studied and who even didn't have a high school degree. A friend of mine, his name is Theo Müller, he became rich with milk and with yogurt. He started with only 4 employees, today he has more than 30,000. And his estimated net worth is more than 5 billion euro. But he never studied, and he even had no high school degree. Or another friend of mine, his name is Dirk Rossmann. He has an estimated net worth of more than 3 billion euros. And he started with only 1 drugstore. Today he's the owner of more than 4,200 in 7 countries. He never studied and he had no high school degree. And I wrote my doctoral dissertation about the psychology of super rich people. I conducted interviews with 45 people. Most of them had a net worth between 30 million and 1 billion euro. And I spoke with every one of them 1 or 2 hours. In the end, the transcriptions filled 1,700 pages. And one important question was about their youth, about their childhood, about their time at school and university. Because I wanted to find out whether there's a correlation between their performance at school and university on the one hand and their later financial success on the other hand. And there was absolutely no correlation. Some of them were very good at school, some of them had even a doctorate degree, but there were others who were very, very bad at school and had very bad grades at school. So there was no correlation. What was much more important was what they did outside school, alongside school. I asked them how they earned money alongside school. When I was young, some of the other students, they worked for an hourly wage in a factory or in a restaurant. Some of them worked as taxi drivers. But these financial successful people, they didn't work for an hourly wage, even not when they were young. They were engaged in early entrepreneurial activities, especially in sales. They had so many ideas what to sell. Some of them sold life insurance policies or real estate investment products or apartments or used cars, used motorcycles. One of them raised animals and sold them. So they had so many ideas, and these sales skills were very important. But they didn't learn it at university, and they didn't learn it at school. They learned it in the school of life. And so this is very important that you understand. In psychology, we distinguish between 2 ways of learning. The one way of learning you call implicit learning. This means learning by doing, or the school of life. And the other way to learn is explicit learning, So it means academic learning, book wisdom, what you learn at school and university. And for these very rich people, implicit learning was much more important than explicit learning. This was one of the results of my interviews. Implicit learning leads to implicit knowledge. Another word is intuition or gut feeling. And most of them told me gut feeling is much more important for my decision than academic knowledge or book wisdom. Some people think that gut feeling or intuition is something mystical or irrational, but this is not true. It's only another kind of wisdom. And it is as important as academic wisdom. And for an entrepreneur, it's even more important than academic wisdom. So, if you didn't have the opportunity to study, it's no excuse for not being successful or not becoming rich.